Hello, hello. Do you hear my voice get underneath your skin? And welcome to Retrospective Rants, with me, Joey Huff, as your host. But I'm not here to rant. No, not really. Instead, I'm here to praise something. I'm going to rant and praise K-pop Demon Hunters. Yes, really. I am yet another in a long line of people who honestly thought this movie would suck. Then we saw the fans, heard clips of the music, and finally we just watched it. And yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters is fantastic. So take a load off, grab a soda pop, and let me tell you why you should watch this movie. Let's start with a quick summary and a warning for moderate-ish, slightly more than moderate-ish spoilers. In a world known as Fantasy Korea, demons haunt the night and stalk the innocent, taking their souls and feeding them to their evil king, Grima. But their villainous efforts are halted by the Hunters, warriors who use their spiritual powers to not only cut the demons to ribbons, but also build a massive shield that protects our world from the demon realm. And all of this is done by materializing the good essence of humanity through the power of song. Tolkien did it, works here too. And the shield, known as the Hong Moon, has grown stronger and stronger with each generation of hunters. Each generation of hunters has added their own power and style of music to the Hong Moon. Until now, we have finally come to the modern day, with our trio of K-pop stars, Rumi, the lead vocalist and workaholic, Zoe, the main lyricist and endless ball of cheer, and Mira, the dance choreographer with attitude, lots of attitude. And together they form Huntrix, and they'll be the ones to fully reinforce the Hong Moon and defeat the demons. Or will they? Two things stand in their way. First, the demons are changing tactics. Instead of attacking them directly, they're sending a team of hunky demon boys to form a boy band, named the Saja Boys and led by the charismatic Jinu, and they're set out to steal all of Huntrix's fans. And that will stop them from getting the power they need to power the Hong Moon. Yeah, it's kinda silly. But it's fun! Really, really fun! And the second plot point is that Rumi's voice is giving out. Why? Well, because she's half demon, of course! Like, what? Oh no! I mean, it's a demon hunter movie. One of the main three was either going to be a vampire or some kind of half-demon. It's traditional. And Rumi is struggling to keep that info secret from her friends, even as tensions rise and the Saja boys grow in fame and power. And that's the plot. What makes it all work? First, a disclaimer. I am not the target audience for this movie. I should not like this movie. I'm not a K-pop fan. And also, this movie is just really high in girly energy and girl power, and what I saw of the promotional material, well, what little promotional material there was enough to trigger memories. Traumatizing memories of babysitting my younger girl cousins. And yet, despite the darkness staring at my soul, the movie is just really good, and I couldn't help but like it. Yeah, let's go back to the girl power thing. Sorry to say this, but a lot of people have been trained to expect girl power to be synonymous with kicking men in the... But this movie isn't about that. K-pop Demon Hunters is a very passionate celebration of feminine energy. Our main characters are expressive, passionate, flawed, loving, and lovable, and all of it is conveyed through expert animation, voice acting, and of course, music. And none of it seems to come from a place of antagonism. There isn't an underlying need to prove itself against something, just the passion to celebrate and enjoy what it is. That's a very rare and beautiful thing. Now, the movie is from the same studio as Into the Spider-Verse and has a very recognizable and flashy presentation. This is especially prevalent throughout the fighting sequences, which also double as music videos for some of the bigger songs. But there's also an evident care in conveying emotion in quieter or character-focused moments. In the expression and even body language, you can see an attention to detail that allows these characters to feel very human and real. In support of this? Contrast? I'm going to say in support of this, K-Pop Demon Hunters also borrows a few conventions from anime for lighter or more comedic moments, using little chibi animations on characters' eyes to support a joke. How about story? Well, my opinion on the story is that it's about as good as you can get for a roughly hour 30-minute movie. You've got a setting where the monstrous aspects of Korean folklore are invading the modern day, and they do battle with spiritual warriors spouting out lyrics that are very clearly rooted in contemporary music. It's effective, but it's also... if you like it, you like it, and if you don't, then you won't. That's the kind of setting it is. The plot is also very direct, and gives our characters a very clear objective, but in my opinion, that just makes the moments of struggle, or moments where those objectives are called into doubt, that much more impactful. I wouldn't say there are any big twists, but there are a few turns in the story that accentuate the drama and highlight the motives of our characters and the antagonists. I would also say that this movie doesn't waste time, meaning that every scene, even small scenes, and also every character, even little side characters like the one-off K-pop fans, and especially the OCD Cheshire Cat. Yes, that's the character in the movie. They all have purpose. Seriously, there's some very efficient scripting, and it rewards the audience for paying attention, especially when it comes to the jokes. However, because the movie is so focused on our core cast and the core plot problem... Conflict? Conflict sounds very fancy, doesn't it? But yes, since it's focused on those things, there are a few elements that I feel could be strengthened if the movie had a bit more runtime. For instance, the girl's very funny, very encouraging band manager, Bobby, doesn't know that they're demon hunters, and neither does the general public. And it's shown that the girls do go out of their way to hide their vocation from the public view. So how does all that work? How has it worked for multiple generations? Especially since they're so integrated with the music industry also. And also, there are scenes where you see the demons go out in full force, and in the opening they are clearly seen by people. You also see in the current day, victims of demons are listed as disappeared persons cases, but let's just say a lot of people become disappeared persons. And it's a little odd that it gets waved off, or... yeah, you get it. Second, because the Huntrix girls are established demon hunters at this point, and we're focusing on the fight they're having right now, we don't get a lot of time with their trainer, Celine. Barely any time, in fact. We get a little bit of an understanding of how her teachers have affected the girls, and especially Rumi's perspective on things, but not enough. In my opinion, not enough. In fact, there's not much time for backstory at all, again, because the focus is on the current struggle that's happening in the current movie. And that doesn't detract from anything, not in a horrible way, but it makes me curious, and I think it will make most audience members curious and wish they had more info. Okay, and then we also have Rumi's struggle to keep her half-demon heritage hidden, and it's not derivative, but dare I say it is a little tropey, because there are moments where it's very reasonable for her to just share her secret with Mira and Zoe, but she still shies away, and the whole situation bounces between, making sense for the character and also just clearly being this way so that the drama will keep building. This is another thing that could have been refined if the movie had more runtime, but it's fine as it is. It's just got a bit of roughage to it. All in all, I'd say the story left me wanting more, instead of just leaving me wanting. And that's a good place to be. But the animation and story are held together and perfected by one other element: the music. I'm not a pop fan. I'm not a K-pop fan. And the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack is awesome. These aren't just catchy tunes either. They're each a memorable piece on their own. And the lyrics, I can't really play anything here. But pay attention to the lyrics for Golden and the lyrics for Your Idol. They fit their story moments perfectly. Golden is an excellent way to give some backstory for our main trio without needing to devote the entire scenes to it. And Your Idol is right up there with Be Prepared and Friends on the Other Side when it comes to, best villain songs. Is it as good as Hellfire? Ha! That's funny. Oh, but that does bring me to a key point. K-pop Demon Hunters reached somewhere in my heart. You might know the place. It's the part of your heart that was mystified by old kids' movies, even when you were older. It's the part of you that eagerly watched WALL-E, Up, Toy Story, and Coco, even as you grew older and older as each of them released. K-pop Demon Hunters is just a fun and good-natured movie. Whatever key insights or criticisms I can make, it all ends with that. The movie is fun and uplifting in a good and healthy way, with fun characters and a neat story, just like the classic kids' flicks of olden times used to be. And if there's a part of you that's been looking for that, whether you're a guy or a gal, or maybe you have some kids who could use that kind of movie, you should give K-pop Demon Hunters a watch. And that's the end of my rant. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll enjoy the movie as much as I did. Thank you so much for listening to this retrospective rant, and have a good one.